Hello there, and welcome to episode 2 of The Reasonable Monkey.
Yeah, baby. Welcome. Welcome.
I am your co-host, Jeremy Palmer.
I am your co-host, Kathy Nobrega.
And I'm co-squared.
Triples.
Lisa Nobrega.
And we have the honor of having special
today.
guest, Karen Souto Coelho today.
Oh, welcome, Karen.
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to The Reasonable Monkey.
Hi. As I like to say her name, Karen Souto Coelho.
Yes.
I like to say telenovela. I love it.
Karen Souto
The
Coelho.
pseudo's only in there so old friends can find me on FB.
I love
Right.
it though. Just saying, it is the
I think
rhythm to the
here
name.
now we
Yeah.
only allow people with three names,
Three names.
on the podcast.
I've got
That's it.
4.
Bitch.
But do you know the jokes that came
That's
with
the Aries
pseudo?
in me. I gotta one-up ya.
Because you know the PSUEDO, pseudo means fake.
Ah.
Yeah, pseudo, like a pseudonym.
P-S-U-D-O, you know that.
Yeah,
right?
so
Right.
Souto, it's Souto, but the pseudo, so but it came, a lot of baggage came with that. But that's okay.
Ah.
Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
I digress.
That's a pretty literary crowd to figure that out. I mean, that's a stretch. Pseudo. They pick pseudo up. That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
That's pretty-
Well, I gotta give it to
area.
I do.
For the area.
Well, I am from Bristol,
Oh, that happened in Bristol. Well,
Yeah.
there you
yeah,
go.
it is a more that
Bristol is a little
we're a
bit
little
of heaven.
more
Yeah.
aware.
yeah.
We don't get important legal documents.
Yeah.
So we are here
going to
today to
Snap
talk
Pockets.
about a few different
Yeah.
topics
Man, we're
of
chatting,
discussion.
man. We're chatting.
And we're gonna cleanse.
Little change of tea. Wait a minute. Peace be with you.
Yeah.
And
Or
also with you.
For
And
you.
also with you, Karen Souto Coelho.
For the Catholicism.
I love saying that.
For all the fucked up religions.
our
You remember
times
that
and our
you
days.
never knew where that bell was coming from.
under the
until
chair.
my brother was an altar boy and he said, it's underneath the pew. You just
Yeah, a lot of things were underneath
Yeah.
the pew.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the altar boy would lean down and they had like a little thing of bells.
Oh, okay.
So when they had that little
Yeah.
Didn't we sing something after
right
that?
under there.
Oh yes, there's a whole rhythm to the whole.
Oh, yeah.
Catholicism
Peace be with you
ceremony.
and also with you.
Right,
We
right.
lift your heart up. We lift them up to the Lord. Let us to give thanks something.
Over.
Yeah, yeah.
Over.
Or if you're Portuguese, give
Over.
tanks.
Yeah, give thanks.
Give thanks.
And gift tighter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's universal.
Again,
Apparently.
classic religion. Money is the root of all evil.
Yeah,
But
and then
don't-
Pass
Donate-
the basket.
the basket,
Donate
the
generously.
basket came
Yes.
around.
Yes, that I love.
Then up come that basket.
Up come that basket.
Yep.
I remember it going by going, look at this.
Yeah.
Did you ever put your hand in and try to get some? Because I did when I was a kid.
No, I was.
Karen.
I was like ruffling
True
through.
rebel.
Yeah, I was ruffling through the
Yeah.
bills.
No, I just couldn't believe what a racket it was.
It was
I'm
a
like,
racket.
Look at this up, and then the sit down, stand up, kneel. Sit down, stand up, kneel. I couldn't do
It's
it.
so ugly to add money to a service. I don't like that. If you want to donate, do it
Everybody's
quietly on the side.
Yeah.
I don't like that. To be
Yes.
part of a
Agreed.
service where you're trying to have that doesn't belong.
That
to
just
me.
shouldn't be.
Yeah. Doesn't belong.
That's how you know that it's a racket. The fact that money is
Doesn't.
involved in it.
I don't like that. It's
Right.
yeah. I don't like that either. That
You lose me right there.
that made it pewy for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
So anyway, the last study that I read was from Harvard. They did a
On
study on the placebo effect. Now, you know, again, when you read from the medical journals, Harvard, all of the typical institutions, they make it sound like the placebo effect is kind of a, you know, like when they talk about junk DNA,
Yeah.
the way they approach placebo effect is the same way. It's kind of like, you know, we tell these guys that we're giving them something and they heal themselves.
Yeah.
Like it's almost
Like it's
not
no
a
big deal.
superpower.
Like it's
Yeah.
not as
Do you know-
magical as what you just fucking said.
Do you know what that door implies?
Right.
That door implies that we have the ability
To heal
To
ourselves.
heal ourselves.
Did you hear that, folks?
Did you hear that? With your thoughts that turn into feelings, which
Which
turns
turn-
into a frequency, which turns into energy.
Manifestation.
And it manifests into material. That's science.
And they've
That
done,
is
you know, they've
science.
done some research on it, but the research, and it's Harvard is typical of it. When you read it, it always has the the air of kind of push, panache. This happens. I don't
And
know
I'm saying,
why.
why wouldn't that make sense? Because our brains make our fingers move, make scabs heal to form over skin to heal skin.
That's
so why wouldn't it do? I mean,
Why
our
wouldn't
brain is
thoughts
the central computer.
heal
Which it's
internal?
we're really talking about intention, which isn't even really tangible.
It's
when
not
you think about
biology.
it.
Because your
Right.
biology
That
actually does that.
intention
You cut,
into
you
the thought.
bleed.
Right.
The
it
cells,
tries.
everything,
That
right?
compels
Everything
the
works
rest of the
together.
chain to
Everything
happen.
works together.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
the doubly fascinating thing that this Harvard study found about placebo, not only when they did studies with, I would give you a pill and tell you it was an arthritis medication, I would tell both of you, this one being the placebo. They pretty much worked the same, efficacy was the same in both. The actual drug and the placebo drug.
Yeah.
And many times the placebo drug would outperform the actual drug.
Wow.
It's because the people thought it. Okay, so you would think, well, yeah, because I've told you it's a drug. But the amazing thing is, now they're doing studies where they're telling you this is a placebo. We're doing a study. It's mimicking a drug that blah blah blah. So you know that you're taking the placebo.
Right.
And you still
The
have
effect
change.
is still. That took me off my chair. That it's still the same. I mean,
Which
our
means just the act of going like this with the pill, putting it in your mouth, swallowing. There's a process of belief, even though you know that they just told you it's really a sugar pill.
It's a pacification because it's the same thing you're feeding. There's
But
some
what
kind
is
of
that? How
agitation,
does
which
that
is the
happen?
sickness, and you're pacifying it.
But you know
at that
logically, I
point-
told you it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's a sugar pill.
They
Right.
did two different.
Right, and it's
different
it's that whole. It's the
that's
whole
why I think it's the ritual.
ritual. Yes,
Yes.
And
Right,
that's
right.
attached
Mechanism
to
of it, right?
intent
we've-
of an outcome.
we've
Right.
we've associated doing
that's
this motion
right.
with
Right.
getting better.
With getting
Right,
better.
right.
So we're already expecting it to come.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right, and it is still something magical because
I
what
just-
is that that's going on in our bodies?
This should be in our national budget, this being discovered. And again, I know in this society where it's very linear and, if it's not black and white and I can't see it in front of me, it's bullshit, it doesn't exist. Again, a really kind of reptilian mindset. But that's where we're at. But this, to me, if I'm running the world, we're all in on placebo effect. We're doing studies and tests and sensitivity on the power of healing yourself, which goes to doctor speak.
Right.
How doctors,
Yeah.
and I've worked for a lot of doctors, medical and veterinary, and I don't know if you guys have found this, and I don't like to generalize, this is my experience, that doctors, though they be brilliant in the mechanics of it, in their warehousing, when it comes to dealing with people, if you have, again, stage 4 cancer, why is stage 4 in the lexicon of dealing with people
all.
that have to go to battle with their intention
Right.
of being healed, instead of me saying to you, even though I know and I've seen that the cancers, it's pretty spread everywhere.
Yeah.
But if I said to you, Karen, what our approach is going to be, we're going to do high vitamin C doses. We're going to
Whatever the plan would be.
We're going right into plan. I'm not
They
going to sit
tell
here
you
and
the
go,
plan.
I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
You have stage 4.
Death sentence.
I've just taken
Right.
your
Right there.
any
Right.
placebo effect. You know what I did with my placebo? I shoved it right up your ass. I
Yep.
basically
Right.
just killed you.
Just killed
Yep.
you.
Unless you were strong enough.
Well, you're just
in
waiting
your
to die.
soul.
When you hear that, you're just waiting to
Most
die.
people would collapse. Other people would go, "Fuck you." That's not going to happen to me.
I've had a client
I'm
that's done
changing
that.
it up.
That actually did that. They told her she had breast cancer.
She said no, right?
She said, I don't have time for this shit. Walked out of the office, never went back since. And she's still alive today.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cancer, breast cancer's gone.
Intention. It's a mystery. I don't understand. I don't even know. I mean, it's probably it's affected me in my life. Just
Yeah.
the power of deciding, and damn it if it doesn't
Yeah.
happen. If it's clear and you're authentic.
I had another client who had leukemia, actually, too, did the same thing. And the doctors say it's just miraculous that it went away. But
Yeah.
she just had that intention of, I got shit to do. I
Yeah.
don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Not gonna die.
You can will it away.
Yeah.
You can, and that's what placebo
And you
tells
also
me.
have to change your diet. Look at
Oh,
how
of
you.
course.
There's
Right.
all the
Circle.
other facets to it that allow that intentful way of healing
Right.
to really have a stage. I think.
But if
because you
we-
can't keep being
Right.
an asshole
But
and
all,
smoking
if
and
all
eating
you
crap.
hear
No.
is you're gonna
No.
die, that's what you're
That
gonna be
is bad.
preparing for. No
Like,
matter what.
and
You've
of
set
course,
the intention.
You've already said it.
like
so
a
if somebody
doctor,
says,
if the doctor was sitting here, he or she might say, "Well, yeah, but I can't lie to my patient. I'll be the devil's advocate, you know."
Right.
And
You
to
don't have
that, I say you don't have to lie, but say it the way Lisa said it. You're still telling them, "Look, this is where you're at, but this is what we're going to do about it."
Yes.
And we're very confident in this. What's the harm in that? What is the harm? And especially when you know about the placebo effect, and your thing is to first cause no harm. What is wrong with the way you use your words, how you say it to someone?
Right.
Never, don't even mention the stage.
people's,
EQ.
people's,
Those stages are
even
bullshit.
mention it.
I
people's
think that's
fear makes
bullshit.
it's a moneymaker.
Yeah,
People's
anything in
fear.
increments
Yeah.
is very frightening
Yeah.
to people.
EQ.
Don't increment it, man.
EQ.
Emotional intelligence.
That's what doctors lack. And again, I've worked, and I'm not saying every single one, but it is known in the industry. That's why there was even an equine facilitated therapy that are now bringing in 4-year med students
Yeah.
to work with horses in equine facilitated coaching so they can learn empathy on how to deal with patients who
Wow.
are, and the horses can teach them, emotional intelligence quicker than any other.
Energy is real, folks. It's a real thing. Let's just
Yeah.
put that out there. Because every
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
I talk about that, it's like a foreign fucking language.
Well,
What do you mean? It's
Well, it's new, you know.
energy.
Is
Yeah,
it-
true. And I know
It-
what's.
Well, no, it's very old, but I mean, it's new in our collective,
Right.
real collective consciousness.
Right.
Like, when we're talking about the people that, and not to judge anybody out there.
Yeah, no.
You talk about different levels of emotional intelligence
Yes.
or consciousness,
Yes.
and not everybody is.
No, I know.
It's
Some
just
people are
when I-
naturally
Hey,
empathetic. Some
yeah.
people are just naturally.
Yes.
I have a 7-year-old
Yeah.
child, and he has more empathy in his pinky than most adults
yes.
do.
When I say that
Yeah.
too, that energy is real, and it's not. I don't mean to come across forcefully.
Snob.
Snobby. I'm not.
Even though he totally sounded like a cunt.
I mean,
I mean, for Christ's sakes, Charlie.
let's keep it real. I did sound a little cunty, but the point that I'm getting, the cuntiness comes across to the people that raise their eyebrow and give me cuntiness, and they go,
Yes.
"Oh, yeah, okay."
Oh yeah.
Don't you
Here we
out
go.
on me?
Yeah. Listen, bitch.
Listen.
All right.
Really?
Yeah.
I wrote the book.
I want to break in with a Tesla quote, which we all know. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And that's from like Nikola Tesla. I mean,
Yeah.
does it get any more profound?
Who
than
didn't
that
get a
human
lot of
being?
credit where
He
credit
got
is
shit
due.
on. He
Right.
got,
Oh.
we won't go through
Right.
that.
Yeah,
But we know the
that's
story of
good.
Oh,
Nikola.
yes.
Yeah, look
And
up
without
Nikola
Nikola,
Tesla.
we wouldn't be sitting here doing what the fuck we're doing
Right.
right now.
Nikola,
with this
man.
awesome Apogee 1, if you want to sponsor us,
Yeah.
microphone, which I'm in love with.
Yeah.
And my MacBook Pro.
Nerd
you wanna-
alert! Nerd alert!
Sponsorship.
Nerd alert!
Sponsorship.
If any of those companies would like to sponsor us, please contact. No.
This is a quote, totally. I don't care that they stole my ideas. I care that they don't have any of their own.
That's right.
Nikola Tesla.
yes,
That's
baby.
the most frightening thing is when you realize you're on an island with apes and there aren't a
Yeah.
lot of
Authentic.
authentically
The thinkers are.
intention-filled monkeys
Right.
around you. It's frightening, and I know there are a lot as well, and I'm thankful for
There
that.
are, but this society doesn't celebrate the thinker.
Well,
The
no,
thinker
how would
is-
they make?
No, you're
their-
supposed to go with the flow.
How would they make their billions?
Yeah, it's
You
really,
know that?
Mm.
That's how it's always been. That's how it's supposed to be.
And we see the result of that, right? We see the result of that choice of a society to stay arrested development. To me, the society
Yeah.
it's very arrested
At this
development.
point, you're ignorant on your because you want to be.
Yeah, because
It's
well,
kind of hard with a box like this in front of you
Right.
it is
to
hard.
be
Yeah.
ignorant to anything. But you can also find anything on here to go into your point of view.
Sure.
You know, like we could look up like two different presidential things. You look at it. Oh, yeah, but look what I found.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, well, look
Right,
what I
there's
found.
always-
There's always. Then it becomes like,
Yeah.
yeah, look what I found. Look what I. Hey,
Yeah.
baby.
You just sus now.
Yeah. The
Travis
drop-
is like, is there a fucking monkey in here?
Yeah.
'Cause that sounded just like a fucking monkey. Huh, Paris?
I was in such a fucking dark place Wednesday, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Weather.
Yeah.
And it was like
there
I had to
Rottweiler
get, I
in
had to get into my.
Leave
No.
the dog
No.
alone, Karen. Focus on.
He's got
the
Rottweiler
pod.
markings.
No, but that's
Oh, are we still
carrier
recording?
markings.
Oh, I can hear
Yeah.
this. It's Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah. Squirrel. Squirrel.
Listen, kids.
I'm looking for a Rottweiler at this point.
Listen, kids. You know what? I have been fighting my own brain since I broke up with Adderall. I've
Yes.
been fighting my brain.
In what way?
The constant
The
distraction.
concentration.
Do you know that I was doing that last client and they were having a full conversation with me and I wasn't answering and they were saying to each other like, she's not here, is she? She's not here. And I was just doing the haircut.
In a way, when you think about that, it's almost like total present moment, right? Because
Right.
really, the thing you're doing is cutting hair, and we know scientifically you cannot multitask. Even though people think you're multitasking, you're not. You're really
Yeah.
only
You're not.
doing one thing at a time. And you just went right
I
into
zeroed
that.
in that I didn't even hear them.
Moment,
Like
right.
I said, that there could have been a fire behind me, and I wouldn't even know. There was a fire
When did
behind
you
me.
come out of it?
She finally said, "Karen," and I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "You didn't hear any of that, did you?" They're like, "Yeah, we were just like talking
She got
about
you
you
out of the moment.
Then I do just what you do. Sometimes she'll
Yeah.
be talking to me, and
And
my
you're like,
mother,
huh?
I do love her,
Yeah.
but sometimes they go on about
Oh,
things.
Oh
that are-
Lord.
Same
Yeah.
stories over and over.
And,
And,
when you know, you just want to go, yeah, okay, so then you should have. I mean, again, my.
And then you got the key and you went out, right? You went out to the thing, right?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but what happened was.
right. And then that's
Yes.
that's when I'm gone.
yeah, you're gone.
I can. Oh, man, go ahead.
Yeah.
And then also I'll go.
And then it gets loud again.
Right. I'm guessing. I
Then
don't know
it-
if it's
yeah.
right or wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude, but I was gone.
And then it gets loud all of a
I
sudden
went.
again.
Yeah.
So to go back to
Yeah.
the ending of what we were talking about before, the power of intention,
Yes.
which leads to manifestation, which has been a huge eye-opening thing in my consciousness lately.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Did you have a bad week?
I had I had a bad day. I had a very
Bad day?
I had a bad day.
I had a bad day. Yeah, Wednesday, I just had a day where I woke up in the morning and it was just the weather and it was just like,
Weather.
this is trying me. And it was like, okay, I need to, from there, I didn't realize it at first, but I was manifesting bad days after,
Right.
like I was
Because you sat
I was
in that
inviting
sauce.
that.
And where do you
and
think
I-
it started from?
That's a good question. I really feel like it was just the looking at my phone on the weather app
There you go,
and,
baby.
and right there and looking ahead.
so
Doom,
it was also
doom,
the weather, you could
gloom,
say.
That's
That
right.
had been
Right.
rain for
That's-
So
days.
it was
Three or
the
4
looking
days.
forward to like the next 4 or 5 days of rain, clouds, no sun, and
Cold.
it was cold,
Yeah.
and I was just in that bitch
Really
mode,
dark.
Yeah, yeah.
and I
That
just
was some work to get through that.
Yeah, I went
did.
home that night. I didn't sleep well. I brought my friend to the airport that morning, so I didn't sleep well the night before, and I was already kind of deprived of that, so I was already kind of cranky a little bit. I mean, it just threw me off, and then it was, just that realization of like, I'm manifesting this right now. I need to fucking let it go.
Yeah, you're creating the poop.
Yes, I'm creating the shit. It's like the sun is above the clouds, Jeremy. It's gonna shine. Warmer weather's coming. You have
sun
wonderful
come
clients
out
coming in today.
I did. I went right to my music.
Yeah,
I did.
I just
was
had
like,
to really just pay attention. I had to really pay attention to the.
Where's that redheaded little bitch?
Here's Sandy.
All right, kids.
Subject changing. No.
I had
I'm
to.
just kidding.
I had to. Yeah, subject changing. I had to really pay attention to like the positivity in the week ahead.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, I got great clients coming
Yep.
in. And when we left the salon that night, I even said to you, I'm like, you know what? I'm in a bitchy mood, but you know what? I have a house to go to.
Yeah.
I make a great income. I have a nice place that
Cute
I
as
call
a button.
Cute as a button.
So fuckable.
Single.
Excuse me, this is Kathy. Single.
Lisa also single.
Yes. First.
And I can
Very
vouch for them
single.
all single.
Yes. Thank you, Karen.
Very single.
Desperately single.
You're
Ready
not.
to, they're ready to turn.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Ready to turn on each other single.
Only on those.
Ready to strap on. Single.
Right. Only on those cold, rainy nights when you're sexually deprived, single.
Yes. Yeah. Because you figure if it was, because this weather is a kick in the balls, but you figure if you had A good
A
Oh
big
my
spoon.
God.
Yeah.
If you had a good one,
Yeah.
Good. Oh yeah,
Come on.
absolutely.
Who
To come home
cares?
to just slobber all over
cares?
and
Love
get it
is what
in.
we all want.
Absolutely.
Get
Sex.
it in? Is that what you said?
Get it in.
GTL.
Yes.
So come out tomorrow.
Oh, that's a spot. Keep going on. Shit. Does that really happen when the G spot gets hit?
I don't know if my G spot's ever been hit.
Well, folks, if your G
G-spot?
spot's ever been hit,
Thing up
please
inside
let us
and the
know.
outside the
there.
horseshoe area. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
there's one way.
It's like a fucking. You need
know what?
fucking
It's not,
directions.
constructing in there.
You go up, you could take a left, you're gonna take a quick right, you're gonna go around the rotary,
Tilt it
tilt it up a little bit.
the finger
Get it in there, get it in.
tilt it,
Hey,
and put it
listen.
in, and then tilt it.
Listen, again.
Get your fucking
Finger out of me!
tilt! You're killing me! It's like you're putting up a building in there!
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
He dealt with at the Climax Theater.
They're
Anyway,
making shadow puppets inside of you.
clearly. Gang signs, throwing up gang
Throwing up
signs.
gang signs inside you. Oh my god, what were you gonna say, Lisa? It's gone. It's gone. Is it gone?
Oh, she's choking on her plum.
I just, they bring the G spot in when dudes are still catching up to the clitoris.
Oh my god,
For
yeah.
just
True.
the last,
Baby
what,
steps.
maybe how many years?
Yeah, baby
In this, in
I
this,
call it my pink Cadillac.
in
That's
this,
right.
in this
That's right.
women that don't even know their own anatomy.
Yeah, so calm down with the G spot.
Yeah,
All right. I
correct.
think G spot is
Correct.
Little pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
It's a little.
I mean, come on, for the love of fuck.
Yeah. It's too advanced. The G spot is too advanced. That is like encyclopedia
That's for
number
some high level.
58,
And
not number 1.
It's like you sunk my battleship. You know, the coordinates.
Yeah.
that's high level.
You know.
Level.
In order to know, I feel like as a woman, in order to even know where your own G spot is, can you at least figure out where your urethra and your fucking clit is?
Wait, that's a whole nother bag of worms.
Well, you know, that is
People
something you
think
learn
they
as a
know.
young girl. Like, I learned
They
from
don't-
one of my friends that there's more than one hole down there.
Right.
I had no idea.
Learn it in the streets.
Streets tell me.
I've never
No.
slept with a woman, and I've never been with a
Liar.
woman intimately.
What about
Karen,
last
last
night?
night doesn't count.
All right.
Karen, last night doesn't count.
Jesus.
No, I've just
I
always
guess
known.
licking your taint doesn't count
Yeah.
because as far as I know. Just kidding.
No, so I've never been with a woman sexually, but it's like, for the love of God, I have an imagination, and I can kind of think, you're gonna pee out of one area, and the other one is gonna be a gland.
Well, look at this as a country.
Never to
Again,
cross.
this is a microcosm of the country. Shouldn't
Yeah.
children know, like your son, your child, shouldn't he know
No, that's too
that it's
early.
okay to talk about vaginas
No,
and
that's
penises?
too early.
Well, he's got a dink, and his balls are dink cheeks.
Okay, all right.
We can get this could get
Dink cheeks.
I like it.
this could get
Creative.
That
really.
is going to be in our store. We have a T-shirt
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
So that just goes
What does it
right
say?
down the
And he's got a
path.
dink,
and
and the balls are his dink cheeks.
dink cheeks.
That-
Because he
Dink
thought of
cheeks.
it on his own. These are butt cheeks, so the two in the front must be
It
dink
makes
cheeks.
sense.
It makes sense.
Everything's
It does.
circular.
They're dink
It is.
cheeks.
It just
I
goes
love it.
right down the path
Dink
of
cheeks.
suppressing that information, which makes people become sex addicts or, whatever.
weird-
I don't even want to get into that whole rabbit hole, but you know where I'm going with that.
Listen, you want to teach them. It's part of your body, just like anything else, and
Right.
you want to make sure it's working.
It's
And you want them
wonderful.
to know it's working.
Wonderful, and it should be embraced and
okay.
enjoyed and appreciated,
Yeah.
and not be feared.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if my daughter or son is going to be hitting 10, 12, 13, they're already going to know.
Yes.
They're just, there's no problem. And,
You've got to.
you're going to
Yeah.
feel a certain way. It's going to feel really good.
Yeah, they shouldn't be
But
any
these are your
shame with
choices.
it.
You
I
get
don't
the
like the whole
choices.
shame part of
Yeah.
it. Don't shame
Because
kids.
once they go out the
No.
door, just like you and me and everybody else, when I went out that door, Lisa decided where her sex was going to get on.
Yeah.
You know, parent, no parent.
Walked out the door and her legs went in the air. That's it.
And no, it didn't. Lisa did not do the legs in the air.
You kept your feet on the ground.
I kept
my
feet on the
feet
ground.
on the
Yeah, I said, no,
ground.
I'm going to
And my
handle
lips
this
on
shit.
his
This is
cock.
mine.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oops, that was a
Is that a cheers?
that was a total indirect. I just went to put my tea down and it just
love it.
You did
Good
it was a
sound.
little cheers.
it was.
Cheers.
That was a good one.
People with headphones are not very happy.
Shit, we totally derailed there. We were talking about manifesting
No, you
reality.
stayed right on
Did
the
we stay
rail.
on it? Was it on?
Fabulous. Wherever it goes,
Yeah.
that's great.
Oh,
Don't you
true
agree?
story.
It's a
Yeah.
linguistic roller coaster.
Yeah.
You just ride it where it goes.
I love how
Yeah.
our conversations always just go from one to the next topic to the next topic to the next topic.
That's right.
Which is going to bring us to our
Right.
next topic right now, which is.
Oh, God.
Oh, baby just cried.
That baby cried on cue.
That baby cried on
No, wait
cue.
a minute.
You think I picked it up?
I thought it was a Fisher cat.
That was a baby.
Sounds
It's
up.
Fisher Cat.
Do we need to talk about children?
No.
Wait
No.
a minute. Wait a minute. Is there a baby in the building?
Hold on a second.
I love kids, but
Yeah.
no, motherfucker.
Is there a baby in the
Changing
building though?
subject. Yeah, cross out.
Because that would be.
So, our next
Sound like a
subject
Fisher
is
cat to
going
me.
to be.
Well, I did write down aging tits.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I did write that down.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know how really the subject would be is how people who are not my age right now, who
Oh,
say
yes.
Jeremy's age or even younger, you really should
19.
have a bank account for your later in life plastic
A
surgery.
tip bank account?
Absolutely.
I think that's fair.
Absolutely.
I think you should have some type of saving. And hey, if you grow up to be the type of person who doesn't give a fuck
I
how your
I give a
skin
fuck.
is
I
changing
give a
and
fuck.
how
I
your
don't
life is
understand
changing
that.
and how your tips
Manicure
are changing.
blonde.
Right.
$50,000
Right.
cars, the roofs get done.
But
the
let your
windows get
body
right.
droop and
Meanwhile,
tits hit
they
the floor.
look
Right.
like sad sacks
Right.
of bullshit
No.
walking out the
Yeah.
door into
And
their
to each
vehicle.
his own. I mean,
Right.
I don't give a fuck
Right.
if you
No.
don't like it or if you think this is
It's
gross.
it's the ones that bitch about it. You can do something
Yeah,
about
or
it.
become
That's why they
cunty
have
because
it.
they're not happy with the way they look.
Correct.
And you know, it does change your psyche if you're not. But again, if
Totally.
you love yourself and you
Yeah.
don't do anything, that's what we're talking about. It's just
Yeah.
being happy with yourself.
Oh yeah.
But don't be a cunt and not do what you're able to do
Yes.
easily.
Which takes
Yeah.
me to saving for your plastic surgery in
Correct.
your older age.
Yeah.
And
We have
it's a-
vacation
it's a-
clubs. Why not
It's
have?
a controversial subject.
do you know what it
No,
does to put a roof
listen,
on a
I
house?
am
Look,
110%.
My tits would have been done already. Okay, these puppies need to.
They need a little hike.
They need a little lifting.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I want a bigger
Gravity
ass.
happens.
Damn it.
Gravity
and to
happens.
the audience, I didn't have kids, so this is just fucking gravity.
It's gravity.
Right.
Gravity, i.e., aging. That's what
Right.
gravity
Yeah.
is a big punch in the nuts.
Yeah.
It is. But that's also
Aging
what-
smells.
It can.
So if I
Don't become a smelly ager.
if I so
Don't become a smelly
It does.
ager.
with gravity, if I just lived horizontally, would my ass get bigger?
Yes.
Oh.
But not
What's my
not in
excuse
a
then?
good way.
Oh, just
no,
like
not
pointy.
in a good way. I just
Too
more
little.
like syrup. Syrup
Like when
kind
you when you drip wet sand.
I would love to have my ass done, but I'm just so scared of.
What's wrong with your ass?
I just.
What would you do with it?
It looks. Don't get me wrong, folks.
Where would
My
you put
ass
it?
looks
It's
fantastic with the
luscious.
pants
It's
off.
luscious.
I mean,
I
it
just.
has
I
to.
wish it looked bigger with clothes on. Like I love that. Like I love when I see a man. Obviously, I'm
bubble.
gay. I appreciate women's bodies too. Like
too,
last
yeah.
night, we
Well,
were
it's
at
art.
Twin Rivers, and this woman got up from the chair. She had tiny little waist, big hips, nice plump ass, and I went, "Damn,
Beautiful.
he must be riding that.
Damn.
He must be riding that till she's fucking
That's
cries.
right.
I don't know,
It's,
cries till she cries."
well, I hope she's
Release
using
me,
it.
baby.
My
Release
lord! I
me.
mean, it was gorgeous, and I also obviously I'm gay, so I love looking at a man's ass too. Even if just the appreciation of it. I mean, it doesn't even have to
Human
be.
form is to me a thing of beauty.
It
Man's
is.
body, well, I think. and
Absolutely.
I'm totally straight, but I can appreciate a beautiful woman's body.
Of
It's
course.
art, it's curves,
Of
it's
course.
geometry, you know, it's the
And
Absolutely.
bodies do a lot of
Gorgeous.
things. A woman's body
also-
does a lot of
It
fucking
does.
shit.
It's
Well,
a work of art.
It's
Karen-
so
We're
interesting.
magical.
Karen-
Yeah.
I think
Beasts.
I don't know if you guys will be on this, but I know me and you will connect with this. I also like the distortion in like people that are irregularly shaped.
In what way?
Like a little something thrown in the mix.
Yeah, like almost like
Like my
a-
Cabbage Patch leg.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, so features like I'm drawn to people with like big mouths, like
Lips
big,
or
a
mouth?
mouth, like teeth,
Like Angelina Jolie, is this an example?
not lips,
Like
like
a lot of
teeth.
teeth.
Give us an example.
Like a lot of teeth.
Like Jim
Not gums
like
though.
What's that
Jim
actor
Carrey
that
in
was
The
in
Mask?
Celebrity
Yeah.
Rehab there? Big white teeth. Oh my god, he
Oh,
was in
God.
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy.
Oh my god. No, wait, what's his damn
Not
name?
Gary Busey.
Gary. No.
No!
Yes,
Don't
big
say
white
Gary
No.
Busey, I'll smack you off that shit.
Tommy
He's got
Boy.
big guys.
Like Gary
Veneers.
Busey
That
would do.
hurts. Or like
I want a Gary Busey quote.
Okay.
A lot
I'll
of
go
teeth. You
find
like a
one.
lot
a lot of
Gary
teeth, or like I look at people's ears, like ears.
I got big ears. What do you think of these suckers?
I don't know, like I'm just
We have
drawn
one
to
that- I
like
don't know if I so much,
features.
but my dad's
But
is
you gotta
like
give me an
this.
example.
See how mine
so I can
perk
Someone.
up right at the top?
Yeah.
Mm.
Like
It's
a
like a little
really
elf skin.
Like a little elf.
Like a little elf.
It's
tiny
elf
little
DNA.
ears.
Yeah.
Damn, I
They're
can't
like
think of.
Yeah,
an
they
elf
are.
at the top. See?
That's a nice ear.
I don't have
They perk up
I
right
don't
over here.
I don't have anybody.
I'm embracing them.
English
It's a nice shape.
I don't have
I'm
anybody
embracing
off the top of my head that I can think of.
Really?
With the big teeth?
Well,
Or
what,
just-
like, what person of note that we all know that you find?
I don't like a lot of gums.
No.
Gums are
Like
different.
little shark teeth at the bottom of a big gum. I don't know.
It's out of balance.
I just find
Yeah,
it
that's
when I
what it
find when I find people with like okay, so not quote unquote normal or like
classical
classical
features.
shapes.
Sure.
I'm fascinated. I just look and go
Like capital P.
like I appreciate it.
Capital
I
P's
find
got a different
appreciation in it.
shape.
Where
All
someone
shapes and
else
sizes.
of all shapes and sizes.
Yes.
So where someone else might look at someone and go, ew.
Yes.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I go,
It's
I
all
think
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's all
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh my god, there's a really masculine I'm really horrible with names. Like this is bad. I should just already prepare this beforehand. There's a really masculine looking woman actress who played in oh my god, okay, I'm gonna
Amber
I'll look it up.
Rose.
Just
Ruby
say what it
Rose.
is.
She
Ruby
was in a
Rose.
movie called Constantine.
Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton.
Oh well, she's
Oh.
Oh,
shown
she's
this
just
unto
so-
herself.
She was in the Narnia.
She's so androgynous
Yeah,
and like
she was
alien.
She was in
She is.
Narnia.
Like,
she
I
was the
love
White
that.
Witch in Narnia.
Was she?
I
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she's
To me,
fabulous.
I look at her and I go, she's fucking stunning.
She is.
Stunning.
She
But
is.
other people
As a
are like,
human
she's
being.
ugly.
Because they're talking
No.
about again how they've been conditioned in this
No,
society.
she's just got an eeriness about her that's
It's
intriguing.
ethereal. It's
Yeah,
ethereal.
Totally.
it's so intriguing. It's
Yeah,
just
and
like,
her she radiates confidence.
Yeah, I've always found any type of human form, even what we consider Down syndrome. When you see Down
Oh
syndrome,
my God.
or anybody
Yeah.
that comes out with a differently formed brain,
Yes.
or maybe a deformity, or just an oddity about them. I look at it all and I go, it's just different variations of a form. I don't see a difference between a Down syndrome child and a human. I say to myself, how do I know that that child that we look at and go is somehow just different than the. What if that child is in fact another
Right.
version of,
Of-
what we are, a hybrid
correct.
type human? I don't see them as different. They're just who they are.
I just
They're
I
not
just
special.
had
They're
a
just another human. It's
Yeah.
another form of
Yeah.
human.
I recently had a really interesting experience where I was in Boston with a friend and we were walking our dogs, and this guy was walking up the street. Everybody was like giving the dogs attention and whatnot, but this one guy, you could tell he was quote unquote special, had some sort of disability, and he was probably homeless and a victim of like just that whole mess of that,
Yep.
right? So he came up to Paris and Charlie. Yeah, I don't think she was petting my friend's dog. He was petting my friend's dog. Came up to Paris and Charlie and was petting them and was getting close. And I can tell, I was with Kerry. I could tell Kerry was kind of a little uncomfortable. Like, who's this guy kind of thing. And then he kind of started petting Charlie. And Charlie was so, his energy is more, he's more wound up a little bit. And he was working with this guy. And he was just... He knew he was caring for this man and giving him like a gift in that moment.
Yeah.
And Charlie licked his face and he was petting him, and the guys just walked away. And I went, I looked at Carrie and she was kind of like a little uptight, and I went, he needed that.
Connection.
he needed that connection.
Yeah.
Maybe they were speaking a little bit.
There was a connection.
was
Just
they
think how he's
tuned in.
starving.
They
When was the
tuned
last
in.
time he was hugged or appreciated?
Right.
You know, we starve for that. That's why I said at the end of it, we all just want
Oh,
to have that love, constant love.
We all
Yeah.
want
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
It moved
Yeah.
me. So it's moving me right now. Like I'm
Yeah.
getting like verklempt just thinking
And
about
in
it.
that
It was-
moment, you were in the moment.
I
That's
was there.
another time that you were totally
Everything
in
was
the
blocked
moment.
out.
Yep.
It was me, and I was
I
just
love when that
watching
shit
them.
happens.
It was everything slowed down.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was probably 5 minutes, but it may have
Right.
been just 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it was just like,
Right.
yeah. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
Beautiful.
the essence of it all when it
Yeah.
comes down to it.
Ah, I
You
loved
wipe
it.
all this bullshit away from it.
Yeah.
Those moments.
Yeah.
And how anybody can walk past that or walk by that or not even honor, like to walk past another being, whatever it is, even if you just make eye contact.
Yes. That's
You know, but even if I see
acknowledgement.
somebody lying on the ground, I walk past them. I look down
Yeah.
to see who I'm, and not just pass. I can't. I
Right.
can't do it. I
Right.
just don't know where we've lost that. Where you can
think-
walk over.
What is that
Yeah,
saying?
step right
It's
over.
better to be
Whoa.
looked over than to be overlooked.
Yes, Mae West. I love that.
Yeah.
It's better to be looked over
Than
than
to
overlooked.
Yeah, Lisa was on a Mae West kick. And,
I
and
discovered Mae
watching
West. I
her
didn't
and all of her
know.
fabulous-
About,
Love
I
it.
loved Mae West, but then I wanted to see who was Mae West and what was her history and whatnot, because she was born like in the 1800s.
Yeah.
1893, August.
Phenomenal
Spring
woman.
chicken.
She died in
Phenomenal.
1980.
She was a boss.
She was 5
bitch.
foot.
Should we? Right. Oh,
Well, no, we're talking about May. Oh, talking about May right now.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry.
You don't
cock
block
block
We're talking
May.
about May. You don't block nothing.
I'm like, I don't know how long we were talking. That's why. I'm sorry.
We can edit
Anyway.
it out. Don't matter.
Oh, okay. We're gonna.
Don't
That's,
matter.
I keep forgetting that she's gonna spend 10 hours.
Fucking with you.
I thought.
Fucking with
This
you.
is
But I do
bizarre
want
too.
to
I
talk
haven't
about
heard
our
anything
love
from
with
anyone. It's a
May.
weird
It's
feeling.
meant for
What's
you to
that?
be here. What's
Yeah,
that?
see that? I said I haven't heard anything from anybody yet.
fabulous.
It's just bizarre.
Yes.
It's weird for me.
Are you relaxed?
Well,
So-
just so you know, it's 43 minutes.
Oh, perfect. We have
And
plenty of
there's
time.
shit
then.
that's going to be cut.
We're gonna be cutting out a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna be editing people.
So the moral of the story is, folks, set up a fucking savings account today.
Oh yeah, for your plastic surgery of the future.
Absolutely.
And believe me, you may be hot as shit right now,
Huh.
but let me tell you something, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Nobody escapes gravity.
Except for me.
He just turned 30. He is on a sliding
Oh, and there it
scale.
is.
Oh yes. Yeah.
See
I.
what you called into on a cell
Yeah.
phone. Just
Karen
asked
actually,
for it.
Karen just said to us, she just said, look at that. It's like I'm meant to be here today to have a podcast with you guys. No one's called me, and would you look at that? Her phone just rang.
yeah, meaning her husband or her
Yes,
son.
correct.
And
Yeah.
then boom, the phone rings.
And the phone rings. See what we manifest?
More energetic feels.
Unbelievable.
Yes, it's unbelievable. It's like proof is in the pudding right here. It's happening
Unbelievable.
right now as we're doing this. Right
It's
there.
the first one that comes up. It's better to be looked over than overlooked. That's the first one.
You
that
gotta
came
be
up.
kidding me.
No, I'm not. It
You're
just
kidding me.
I just clicked on brainyquote.com.
Brainyquote.com and Kathy just finds the exact quote that I just said. The universe works in mysterious ways.
This one she goes.
I love it.
This one.
I just embrace it.
1 and 1 is 2, and 2 and 2 is 4. 5 will get you 10 if you know how to work it.
Ooh. Love it.
Come on, man. She was way ahead of her time.
So,
Hey, Chachi,
Enough.
Fanachi.
so how would you have you guys implemented a system where you're starting to put money away for your plastic surgeries that you're gonna?
Well, that's why I brought up the subject because I am at the age where I want to start doing little things
Tweaks.
here and there, tweaks, so that you never really look
And then
like
tomorrow,
you
Joan
hit the wall.
Rivers. No,
Joan! Oh my God, I love Joan.
Joan.
We speak
Pour one
your
out for
name.
Joan.
Yes. Awesome. Oh, I love you, Joni.
Love you, Joe.
Love you, Joan.
God, we got to bring up Joan River quotes because that bitch was funny, man.
she was a funny
She was
bitch.
another boss
God
bitch.
damn, I loved her.
So, have you back to the?
No, but I know
Oh.
that I will. I don't have the opportunity right now.
Yeah.
But when there is money to be
Go
put,
ahead.
it will be
Yeah.
put. It's inevitable. I'm a person that I'm a creative. I love beauty. I like to look at my face and my body. I like to be happy with it and appreciate it.
Yeah.
And self-love. I know when I touch myself, like I told Kath, I don't know. Am I fuckable? Or... It's kind of a good gauge, right? You kind of
Yeah.
go, I don't know if I want to grab that. Oh, I
have
don't
a-
know.
Fuckable.
Get on it, girl.
I have full-length mirrors all around my house for a reason.
Sweet
I walk around
Mary, that's
naked
too
and
much
I'm like,
pressure.
Wow.
It's not. It's
I need it
just,
from all
Oh, I don't want to
angles.
see all those.
Yeah.
I don't want to
You
see
want to
those.
feel
angles.
good, right? You want to feel primed. You want to feel on.
Yeah.
Even if I,
That
even like,
takes a little bit of work.
That's
even
right.
after the winter, like my, those little pudgy areas, and I still go, that's more to hold on to.
That's right.
Still
Yeah.
goody.
So, if there are any single plastic surgeons listening,
Yes.
Yeah, but
we
you
have to-
gotta have some EI.
right?
Emotional
Yes.
intelligence.
I can't
Right.
just do linear brains.
In
Yes.
a surgeon.
That would be a
Yes.
hell of a hookup.
Oh.
That would
I
be
agree.
great.
I will
That would
be.
Victoria Principal.
No,
She
well,
marries.
I love my doctor. I think it's Dr. Asaf on
Oh, botched.
yeah. He's single, and he's excellent.
I think I'm gonna. You guys have brought that like into my like consciousness. I think I'm gonna start a little
You
savings.
really should, because you'll be
account.
so glad that you did. Because my God, the price of Botox alone,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll
And
come down by the
depending on
time
your
you're ready,
issues,
whenever
like-
you're ready. You just
Yeah.
you have good
and
genetics. you just good
Juvederm,
skin.
and all these
Yeah.
wonderful little tools that you'll start using like in your
I would-
mid to late 40s.
I would like to. I'm 30, but I would like to. I said this before. I would like to start a little.
Yeah, but you don't need anything. See, that's
Yeah.
let's
there's
talk about
nothing
that
there
too.
yet.
If you're
There's nothing
30,
there.
when I was 30, I wasn't thinking about
No.
this.
I did. I had my
True.
first injections.
No,
when was
not
it?
me.
My 30.
Not me.
Are we talking about plastic surgery injections?
Yeah, I had.
Oh, okay.
I had
like
like
Juvederm.
Was it Radius?
My
or-
mind went down. My mind went down dirty lanes.
Well,
Dirty
anyway.
lanes.
Yeah, I got my first. I bought a syringe.
Oh.
She bought a syringe,
Oh.
bitches.
Yeah, they sell. They sell by the syringe.
Yes,
If you want
yes.
one syringe, two
Yeah.
syringes.
By the vial, right? They call it,
Yeah.
or whatever. So-
Whatever it is. Yeah,
I
because,
know
well, Botox I learned is not, they don't keep that. Like, you go for your thing and that's it.
Yes.
But Juvederm, you use the amount you're going to use and whatever you're
Right.
doing, and then they'll store the rest
Yeah.
and go
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
And,
Yeah.
and it's a
do it again.
collagen, so your body, it helps kind of.
It's fantastic.
And it helps your body kind of remake the collagen because it's being introduced.
Where
in
does that go after though? That's my only
You
health
metabolize
concern.
it.
Yeah, you
Metabolize
metabolize
it.
It's okay
Yeah, because it's what your body makes.
Your body makes collagen.
naturally.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
Botox? Because isn't that toxic? It's what's the scientific word for
It
it?
freezes shit.
Botulism.
Yeah.
Botulism is what
Yeah.
you would get.
And that's used for headaches, sweating.
Yeah.
I mean, what a medical
Yeah.
miracle! They in your armpits.
Yeah, Bonnie Blue. Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to Bonnie Blue.
And how does it work for headaches? That is really
It's amazing,
interesting.
isn't it?
It's- it
Maybe
like
that's
freezes the nerve
maybe
that-
that's a
because the nerves,
placebo
right.
effect.
Well,
No,
it could be.
It could be.
could be.
It's who's to know,
But,
right?
Yeah.
all I know is it
Years ago, a doctor.
takes lines away.
I just want this back.
I know.
Right. Well, lay down on a
And
bed.
that's the,
No.
that's
Right.
the thing. Like
It just starts. Everything starts to droop.
I
and
know.
that's gravity.
It's gravity.
Look
fucking
at all the
gravity.
You know what?
Yeah.
Fucking gravity.
Yeah.
It's also
Ah.
it's good to do inversions too, and to hang upside down because
I
you
mean,
think of
you know,
the
you-
gravity, just the weight
Right.
on your organs,
Like always,
your
like right
spine.
now. There's like
Right.
there's like
Pounds of pressure coming down on my body.
vibration pushing
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd be floating.
Totally.
No, we'd be dead. I mean, I am grateful for gravity because you get this experience, but
just
at the
don't
same
last long.
time, it just rips the skin right
Oh,
toward south.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I say, and even more and more, it's just a meat wagon. It's just,
Yeah.
you're a sack of.
That's one good thing about getting older. You just have a lot more. I feel
Acceptance?
free. Yeah, I feel like free.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
No, not well. I'm just saying my experience.
Really, I'm still. I feel like I'm getting older, but in the eyes of other people,
It's all relative.
whatever.
It's all relative.
I feel like it's important to embrace age and death.
It is.
You don't really have a choice.
You
do
must. You
Yeah.
must. Because to go
Yeah.
against that, you are creating and manifesting a path of
It's resistance.
resistance.
Of resistance.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not going to
Which
be
is
a fun
rocky
ride.
path.
We're on a nice ride in this little meat wagon.
And it's super fast.
Do what you
Super
love.
fast.
Do what floats your boat.
Yes. Say what you mean,
Take
mean what you
chances.
say.
Say what you mean.
Well, look, people die right in front of us every day that we
Yeah.
love, and we're always shocked.
Yes.
It's
Well,
always
Prince.
amazing.
I mean, shout out to my beautiful Prince.
Awesome.
Yes.
results.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like that's shocking, and all these other weird, you know,
But
very.
we say, but yet Ozzy's still walking. the
Ozzy
earth.
is still alive.
Ozzy's still
Because you
walking
know
the
why?
earth.
Death is random, I guess.
On wood.
Yeah, and Keith Richards.
I think I think Ozzy has the mindset of nothing can kill me.
I don't know what Ozzy's
Nothing
thinking
can
in
kill
there.
me.
I don't know what's going on in
I don't know
that.
what's
To be a
happening.
fly in that brain.
Well, he just doesn't. Maybe inside of his mind.
Eyes are cut.
Do you notice people like that don't really think about death live for so long?
Yep.
I don't know what
They
it
don't,
is.
they don't even think about death.
Well, that there
Well,
goes
again,
to that placebo to conversation.
Right.
again. Oh, and I
It
want
goes right
to
into
talk about very quickly in relates to that is Dr. Bruce Lipton, which that's what he talks about is really epigenetics, and that you create your own. You don't like if there was cancer in the family or there was whatever in the family.
yeah.
You don't have to choose to live in the mindset. I'm not saying that this is 100%. So please
Right.
don't give me any
Kids, don't call.
bullshit.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And this is
'Cause it's
science
touchy
anyway. And when you
subject.
can watch his lectures on YouTube, Dr. Bruce Lipton. It just phenomenal the way he explains it. And I can't.
Yeah. And we
Very
and
well,
to
but
touch just
it's your beliefs.
Well, again, we
creating
have
the
the
health of your
placebo
body.
effect. The placebo effect
That's what it is.
would take anybody who wants to go like, I just think that that's horse shit. Well, that's fine, but the placebo effect done by Harvard and Yale and all the highfalutin witchamahoos says it
double-blind studies.
over and over
Triple-
again. We have the power.
Triple-blind
Heal
studies.
ourselves.
Really, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We have
I
the
mean,
power. There were
it's-
2
it's
books
been
on
done over
self-healing.
and over and over.
I mean,
again.
what is that?
For a little more detail on what we're discussing, here's a clip from Dr. Bruce Lipton from a video on YouTube called Our Cell Membrane Can Change Our DNA.
The fact is that the cell membrane of the human cell actually is an information processor. And what I ultimately realized in 1985 was that that processor had a very interesting and important definition. The definition of the membrane is it's a liquid crystal semiconductor with gates and channels. When I recognized this biochemical description in 1985, I was very much amused by it because I said I've heard that exact same definition somewhere else and actually had to go search for where I heard it or found it. And what I saw was I read it in a book called Understanding Your Microprocessor, a simpleton book about how to use a computer. Basically, the definition, liquid crystal semiconductor with gates and channels, is the exact same definition of a computer chip. What this all led to was a very simple and yet very profound understanding. The cell is an information processor because the membrane reads the environment and adjusts the biology. The nucleus of the cell with its genes represents a hard disk, and the genes are programs. Our old belief system is that the nucleus and its programs were read-only memory, so that whatever the genes are, that would be our fate. However, the new insights offered revealed that the nucleus of the cell was not read-only, it was actually read-write. So basically, the cell was a programmable device. You'd put it into an environment, it would read the environment, and then adjust the expression of the genes to match the needs of that environment. So taking genetically identical cells and putting one set into a culture with certain environmental conditions caused the cell to program itself as a muscle cell, and a genetically identical cell put in yet another environment, reading the constituents of that environment would lead to the expression of a bone cell. So basically, the cells are programmable in response to environmental information. And one last piece, just to tie it together for all of us to understand, is that if you put a culture dish of cells into an adverse environment, then what would happen is that those cells would actually get sick and start to die. And if you take that very same culture dish and move it into a healthy environment, the same cells would immediately recover and start to proliferate, and the cultures will flourish. The relevance about all this is that we go back to the nature of a human being and recognize that containing 50 trillion cells, the human body is essentially a skin-covered petri dish. If you take your human petri dish body and put it into an adverse environment, it will cause the cells to get sick and to actually begin to die. And yet if you take that same skin-covered body and put it into a healthy environment, the cells will rapidly recover and begin to flourish again. So the important reality is that our state of health or disease is really a reflection of the environment that we live in and the environment that we perceive.
Look at just Chinese medicine, the way that they've done that, and the way that they do that.
It's
And
amazing.
look at this country. That's
I mean-
it's looked at with
Oh, it's alternative
Less
medicine. That should
than.
be the alternative
right.
medicine.
It's kind of put in its place.
Right. It's
Less
Oh,
than.
holistic
Yeah.
healing,
Anything
holistic
other
medicine.
than the Western paradigm.
yeah.
If you're not in the Western paradigm, you are outside of the
I hate
Western
that it's
paradigm.
even.
It's hilarious.
I hate
to
that
me.
that like adjective is even in front of that word, holistic medicine.
Yeah.
It's like it's just it's medicine.
Yeah.
What
It's just
makes
another way of doing something.
so
that's
bizarre?
all.
Like
What's nice is when you can take them all and put them together. But
Yeah.
Western medicine is so, it's very mafia-esque and it's
Restrictive.
if
very
you want to,
restrictive.
you
want
gotta play this way. This is what we do. This is
Yeah.
what we do. If you don't like it, you're a
Yeah.
weirdo. You need to be regulated or
Yeah.
killed or.
And how about if you're trying to get an alternative field, and now
There you go.
you
Now,
can't.
Yeah.
here
You
comes
have-
the
you don't-
government.
Oh,
have
oh,
the
I
freedom
can't.
to treat
Taking
your
your
child the
I
way that
can't
you wish
believe-
to
Give
treat
that kid
No.
cannabis
I
oil.
can't believe
They'll take
she's
your kids
gonna.
away.
They'll take your kid, even though that'll save your kid's life.
They'll take
I'm
your kid
gonna
away.
Take your kid.
Yeah.
They'll take your kid away.
But you're free.
Yeah, you're free.
Yeah.
No, really,
Yes.
you're
So you
free.
can't even raise your child the way that you see fit.
That would freak me
Because
the fuck out.
they're
Which
telling
would
you no.
actually, your
Telling you
kid
no.
would have a much better chance anyway of survival if that was your choice.
Well, knowing what I know now, if I had ever wanted to have kids, I think I would have just had it and not told society. Just had it at home and take care of it because you're so terrified to go into the matrix.
Tainted.
Oh my God,
They're tainted
yeah.
after that.
Once
They're
they
tainted.
get you,
Once
I
they get a
mean,
number, that's it.
It's just a system that man, you just don't want to be inside.
What
of
did
it.
they call the numbers that they put on shoes? Just identification. Was there a specific word
There
for
may
that?
be.
I don't
I
know.
know.
So whatever,
It's
Jew,
like a
It's like an ID.
barcode.
Jews identification number or
Yeah.
social security number.
It's all the same thing.
Same thing.
It's all the same thing.
One's just tattooed on the skin, and one's given to you on a card
Yeah,
and
it's
addressed to you
just
at
more
birth.
palatable. It's just more. You know how we say there's different ways of saying things. You can say it in a nicer way or kinder way. It's just a nicer form.
Yes.
Right.
Social security card.
And when you think about it, and here's the dichotomy. And I understand why people would kind of fight against that and be like, "Oh, these guys are conspiracy theorists." But we are basically treated like suckling pigs in this society. When has it ever been easier to be alive?
Oh my
Anything
God.
you want right now.
We have so much abundance.
Anything that we
Yeah.
want, we just have to get on our little phones,
Yeah.
punch it in and buy it.
Yeah.
All over the world, we can try. I mean,
Travel
Yeah.
anywhere, you don't
we're,
have to
Yeah.
we're besotted.
It's amazing.
Both like, oh, it's so hard. I
Yeah.
have to climb, and you want this, you want
And
that.
it's
Your health, the way
just-
you look. If you don't
Yeah.
like your nose, you can
Yeah.
have it.
Just the
Yeah.
way it is.
We have so much. It's really there's been a never. And again, this society in what we do now, and we just make it sound like it's the hardest.
I know.
Right.
Torture.
Oh, just getting through it all.
Yeah. I love when I ask for someone that, "Hi, how are you? I'm here today. I woke up this morning." Oh.
You know why? I think because what do they say? A lot of Americans.
Dum-dums. Yeah. Portuguese.
Yeah, it means I'm moving.
Yeah.
I'm living.
Yeah.
Getting by. I'm getting there. Getting there.
Hey, I went to bed and woke up.
You're right, and you want to go.
If God wants to take me tonight, He's gonna take me tonight.
Right. So now you have a slave system of really comfortable slaves.
Yeah, totally.
Right. We're really
Yeah.
comfortable slaves,
Yeah.
but we're still slaves.
I wanted to bring back that medicine thing. Medicine that people don't even realize every day is right in your refrigerator. Food, baby.
Right.
Food.
right.
Solves a lot of problems.
And
Pretty quick.
I think people don't understand that when they eat food, it actually goes through a stomach and a digestive system
And can create
disease
possibly.
and intestinal problems, stomach
Inflammation.
problems,
Biggest one.
inflammation,
Exactly.
IBS, whatever. It's amazing to me, like when people think that living off of a fast food diet or smart ones, oh yeah, I do that smart ones. It's like, what? That is so processed. Like, go down to the
poison.
store
It's poison.
and go to
Read
your
the label.
local organic or, farm
It's everywhere.
Local farm, pick up fresh produce.
Farmers
I
market.
can't afford to buy organic. Bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that.
It's really not that much.
I remember when I was.
really
I
is.
remember when I
They'll put premium
was.
gas in their car.
That's what I mean.
And
It's just an excuse.
I can say
gas
that
should be in
too.
here first.
Like I can get defensive about that and say this too because I went through the struggle of like going to school, working 2 jobs. I was, burning candle at both ends. I still fucking made the intention to put good food into my body. I still bought organic milk, organic whatever. I was eating peanut butter and jelly a lot, so it was like organic peanut butter, organic jelly,
right.
and organic bread.
Right.
It was like, you can. I don't know. You can.
Yeah. It's everything.
You have to.
It's everything.
It blows my mind the people that won't buy organic, but they're walking around with a Louis. Or driving in a Mercedes Benz and
Priorities. It's priorities. And people don't think they're going to die. No one thinks they're ever going to be
No.
die.
Yeah,
or
everybody
sick.
thinks they're
And-
invincible.
It's just invincible. So
and they think they don't realize that the food is actually, it is medicine. It's a
Or
sustainable,
poison.
But
it's
the
just, or
problem is they're
poison.
trusting the FDA to tell us what's
Correct.
healthy or not. So they're like, well, I ate a meal,
look
but
at this.
it's in the market, so it must be okay.
I love
Do
it.
not trust them.
I love it on packaging.
On that note, I gotta go
Look,
to
it says FDA approved.
that was
So
great.
this is the end of our number 2. She said number 2.
Oh no, you didn't.
Podcast, and I'm bidding you adieu, my lovely people. I love you. I
Yes.
love you. I love you for listening and living life is the best you can.
And like, share, and subscribe our podcast if you enjoy listening to
Please.
The Reasonable Monkey.
Yes,
Please, can I just highlight that and say, could you please subscribe to our YouTube channel?
Please.
Just put the mouse over
I ain't
that
too proud to beg.
subscribe
No,
and
I ain't
just
too
click
proud to beg.
subscribe.
Yes, not too
baby.
proud to beg.
And if anybody has a business and they want to advertise on our podcast,
Please,
like a
let us know.
sponsorship, let us know, bitches.
Absolutely.
Totally appreciate it, bitches.
Peace and love.
Karen
Peace
Souto
and love.
Coelho, say goodbye.
Bye, hoes.
It was very nice to speak to all of you again, and we wish you peace, health, and happiness.
Peace and love. Peace, and
Peace
love.
and love.
Toodles.
Happy
Trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you. Till we meet again.
That song's a fucking classic.
I love it. I love The Reasonable Monkey.